Alright, all I gotta do is pretty much announce that this is actually live on Twitter, and then should be ready to go. 1 second. Hopefully that goes to the video, so we'll see. I think we might be ready to start. Did that post? Oh, yeah. Sweet. All right. Cool. I think we're ready to go, actually. Alright. Hopefully the audio's synced up or sounds right with levels and things. I've had some issues getting it to be loud enough for people to actually hear me, so I'll have to see if that works out. Or I had one stream one time where the audio fell behind the video or something like that, so that was weird. I don't know if that's going to happen again, but we'll find out. Alright. Turn this down a little bit. So, I thought today that I'd probably be working on one of the perk stores, probably. So I was going to see if I can get Electric Cherry store kind of filled out, ready to go, and kind of finished up, to say the least. So let's go and find. It's down here somewhere. So yeah, I was going to pretty much just work on this section down here, probably fill out just a little bit of this space down here. We're gonna have another perk store over here, and then kind of have a pathway going outside over here. So I'll see if I can get most of this done in like an hour or two. It's probably not gonna happen, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, so this is where I was kind of messing around with that gore pack I was making. So hopefully I can show off a couple of the assets that I've been making for that kind of as I'm going, because I kind of want a little bit of that scattered around down here. So we'll see what happens with that. I'll take it out later. Yeah, so this is kind of the stuff that it's going to look like. Just kind of these bulk meshes that people will be able to litter kind of around everywhere. Kind of shove it into some corners, because literally I haven't seen any gore detail stuff in the tools at all, so I thought that was some weird thing that was missing from that. Alright. So, I know I want this store to kind of wrap around here because I don't have enough space to fit it all right here. I could make it shorter, but I don't want it to be just visible right there as the machine. I want people to actually be able to walk around. So I'll kind of have it curve around here and kind of have it a little bit at a diagonal, and see where that goes. So let's see what. Add another pillar set here. That would work out. Yep. I want to kind of have like some light curve around this wall over here. I feel like it's gonna look too boring just from the outside. So we'll see what we can do with that. I don't really want that to be a curve. See how much space that gives us. That's kind of gross. Probably have this come out more. Oh yeah, that's way better. Right now I'm just getting the shape down of the store. Usually I like to block it out first. That's kind of the most effective way of doing it. And then kind of go in and see what design decisions that I made didn't work out so well, and make sure that it looks alright before actually going and detail it. Looks alright. We'll kind of pulling up. Maybe I should put like a like a stair. That'd be cool. You know, like a stair here and then kind of a little bit of an atrium, so to speak. I might make it too big, I don't know. I want a giant electric arrow here that's kind of like fizzing and doing stuff like that, so I think that'll be good because you can see that right as you walk in. I'm so scared to build the sun volume because there's so much I have running right now. So we'll see if that light bleed gets in the way at all. If so, I'll try. So if I have time, after I'm done building this kind of storefront, kind of wanted to work on a little bit of the exterior. Cause let's see here, where am I? Cause over here, I have this tunnel down to the midsection down here, and I wanted players to be able to come up, come down this way, and have an entrance to the perk vendor place, kind of over here. So we'll see if I have enough time to start working on that exterior over there. I'm not sure yet if I will, but kind of that place where all the perks are stored. It can have multiple locations where you can go into this building kind of across the map a little bit. So this is where all the perks are going to be in their like little place. So they're not going to be scattered around like the map like typically usual was. How much percent of the map have you finished already? So the mapping, I would say like the actual level design, detailing, and like if you're including like clipping and all that, and making sure everything like works properly, that I can't fall through, or if you're just meaning just actual like mesh layout. I said somebody else the other day it's about 70%. It's so hard for me to kind of like put that number there though. That's my rough guess. It says 70% done because I'm always cutting stuff and changing stuff as I go. Because usually I figured out that there's just too much that I'm actually building, and I'm almost never gonna get it done if I keep adding stuff. So it's a good way of, it's a good percent done. Pretty much what I'm hoping to get it done by is March, and I hope nobody holds me to that, because realistically that's not gonna happen, but hopefully that's what I can get to a release date. Because I still gotta script everything, still gotta make sure everything works properly, gotta bug test it. But hopefully while I'm working I can keep a constant stream of updates for everybody. Yeah, dog. How's it going? You know what I can do? I could probably just copy these stairs I have over here. These are already done. Probably just be like a 3-step stair. Treyarch style Easter egg? Yeah. My dad's a programmer, so he's gonna actually help me kind of figure out what we can do with that. I already have a story written for everything. I know a lot of people in the community don't really care too much about story implications and stuff like that in custom maps, but it's there. So yeah, I've got a whole step-by-step already laid out and kind of decided on what was going to happen with it. I just have to implement it, actually get it done. So that's after everything's done with the mapping portion. Now I don't even want to think about that before I'm done with that. So hopefully I can get it to a place where I feel comfortable. Yeah, it works out well. We'll kind of have like a little circle room that houses it right here. I want some like Tesla coils there. I think that'd be pretty cool. Just stuff that relates to what Electric Cherry is, because in PhD, I remember the perk jingle was like this jazzy tune, so I kind of put it in like this like dark club, like, I don't know, type of atmosphere. I don't know why Speed Cola I decided to put in like a showers place. I have no idea. Just thought it was dark green, kind of fit the tone. Juggernog, this is right next to the surgical wing area, so I thought that kind of made sense as like a store healing wise. And then root beer, double tap root beer. I made this bar area, so I thought that, you know, it made sense for what the perk does. And hopefully after time I can get my custom perk actually implemented. I don't know what it's gonna do yet. I have a couple of ideas. Jeez, that's, can't even freaking see it. I have a couple ideas of what I want it to do. I'm not entirely set on what I want to do. I'm gonna finish the mapping portion first and then kind of decide what the map's missing and then go from there. Easy, Roy. So we'll start just building out this floor area. God, that's gonna bug me. Hopefully my audio isn't falling behind anything that I'm doing video-wise. So that's what happened last time, and it was really bad because every time I would say something, like my voice would be 5 minutes behind anything else I would do. So stream's messing up. Huh. Is it laggy, or is it video falling behind, or is it just like not streaming properly? Huh. That's weird. Starts and stops. So it stops to buffer and then it continues? Yeah, I'm watching it on my screen. It is just hangs and starts again, but a bit over time. Huh. I wonder if that's because the tools are pulling so much of my GPU that it's slowing that down. I have no idea how to fix that. Yeah, that's true. I am streaming at max resolution. Yeah, it is giving me dropped frame stuff. Hope analyzing the issue. I don't know. Oh yeah, you want to see, it probably is maxing. I guarantee you. Let me open up my... This thing's going to be overhauling my CPU. I might have to get something... Oh, well, it's at 65%. It's not too bad. Yeah, I may just want to lower the quality of the stream. I don't know if this will help it. That's weird. Says my stream health is healthy. Yeah, I can see it's like stopping and going. Let me kind of load it up on my channel real quick, see what's going on. Oh, I did lower the bit rate. Did that help it? Yeah, it's not lagging for me now. Sweet, awesome. Yeah, it was the only thing. It was the only thing that was kind of freaking out last time I was doing stuff, is that it was breaking every like 4 seconds, so I couldn't even do anything. Alright, well, hopefully that helps it out, because I was max settings on everything. I totally forgot to change that, so thanks for letting me know. Alright, hopefully all that goes and stays where it's at for now, so I don't have to deal with that. Alright, I'm gonna drop the machine in to kind of build around that, kind of create something. So let's see here. Here's my cherry. So I want it in the middle, and I want like these two like giant Tesla coils coming up over it. Alright. And hopefully it stays not laggy and stuff. I guess the bitrate was too high. This map is literally overhauling everything on my computer. I have to have everything muted. Cool. Oh, that's gross. Hopefully that doesn't run. Oh, okay. I got plenty of space. No space to move it over that much. Is that cutting? Nope. Alright. We'll just pull one over here. See if I have the same exact distance between the two of these. It's about the same. Okay. I know I don't want to keep these blue walls. I use the light to make blue, but I don't know if I should keep the blue on the walls or not. You know what? I know you guys can't see the 2D view over there at all. See if I can pull this over. Yeah. This should be a little better to see kind of what I was doing with the 2D view over there. Oh, that's so weird to work like that with on one screen. Usually I don't work like that. But like you guys couldn't even see what I was doing over there half the time. Alright, so I don't want a regular roof either, so I'm gonna cut this. So that's oh no. Is that too much? Yeah. Oh, sweet, awesome. I want it to come over top of the other part. But I want this like dome style roof, and I'm gonna have like a whole bunch of like electric cables running back and forth, just a whole bunch of, I don't know, just messy wire stuff in the ceiling. So I wanted to have at least a little bit of space up there to actually do something. Without it cutting in over there. I guess I can just cut that. And hopefully I can have some archway going up. Pull this up here. Yeah, I'll go ahead and start making that. Seems like it'll be the best option. I'll probably put some corner pieces in, so I don't want it to go over too much. Like 2 cubes worth. Yeah. Let's make this an end cap. Ooh, no, don't want that. Or maybe. Oh, jeez. I was thinking it's funny when the textures just go absolutely freaking ridiculous. Yeah, it looks okay. Oh, we won't even need that piece out on the other side. I don't even see if that'll look good on the other side too. Pull this over here. And have some like rods connecting them. Oh yeah, I got a good idea. This is not even. Oh, so much better. I always freak out when something's not aligned up, even if it's by like a millimeter. It's so bad sometimes. Like that texture, I just had to fix it. Alright, I know I don't want these. I don't want those, the blue texture. It looks just weird. What did I put in here? Probably like some metal industrial wall. I think that'd look the best. First I gotta put a freaking light in here because I can't see anything. And hopefully when I build the sun, hopefully it doesn't create too much lag for the stream because it's gonna be working crazy. Oh man. Alright, well the sun's built on my side. Oh man, yeah, that's creating some low output. Oh, I think we should be alright now. Are we good? Alright, I think we're back to normal. Doing that always scares me. I don't know whether it's going to freak out or not. Alright, I'm just gonna drop a light in because I can't see anything in here. Make it huge. Yeah, I don't have that many probes currently. Since I just rebuilt the sun, usually it doesn't take that long. I didn't build any of the probes, otherwise we'd be here for like, I don't know how long, like a half hour. I know Jammies has like 150 probes or something like that. He's far along in his map though. I'll probably get there, because I still have a lot to do, and then I have probes in the finished rooms with the lighting. Yeah, if I rebuilt the probes, if I would have accidentally clicked probes, I would have freaked out. I probably could have canceled it, but I was still freaked out. So now I want some like metal rod things connecting here. Actually, you know what? I don't... That blue tile doesn't look that bad. It's kind of weird, but it doesn't look terrible. I don't know. I know I want to build these railings up here. You had 80 of them? Oh. It's still so much. That's double what I have. I can't even imagine how long that would take to build 80 probes, since 41 takes forever. I have 4 bounces on them, so it's still an obnoxious amount of time. So, see if I can find a good metal texture for the rods. I think I had a good one up here somewhere. Yeah, this looks good. Did that change it? Alright, sweet. Yeah, this is a good texture. Probably have that coming up to here. So I'm gonna get like this fan effect. Whew. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. That map is cool. Castle is one of my favorite World at War maps. I thought that was awesome. I remember seeing it the first time on the store, or the workshop, and I was like, oh yes. That was way before I was even on the Discord or anything. Oh no. It's like one off. Oh, it looks weird a little bit. I don't know how I feel about that. Let's see what it looks like when it's all finished. Oh, we'll copy that middle one.
With Veridesk, you order furniture directly from us.
Let's just flip it.
No complex pricing and no long wait times. We've made it simple to furnish your whole office quickly and affordably. Learn more at Veridesk.com.
Something's not right with that. So that middle one wasn't lined up. Oh yeah, I'm sure it was fun to make that. It looks really nice. It's like every time I see a map that on the workshop that actually looks finished, I get excited. Because it's just littered with so many of those. Check out my test map with my template. With my template machine everythings. The only thing I changed was putting one patch or brush. So anytime I see a map that actually is like has some depth to it, even if it's small, I still get excited about it. I know I'm gonna have overlapping textures with that, so that's gonna, yep. I like how that looks though. Just gotta fix that texture thing. I might have like some little bumpy things coming down in between that, but oh yes. Okay. I wasn't sure about it when I was just building the standalone ones, but I think it looks pretty cool. That makes some good floor light if I put like a spotlight up above that where the electricity stuff was happening. Makes some good patterns. I'm trying to figure out if I want to make these cylinders or if I want to keep them squares. Can I do multiple primitive selection changes at the same time? I don't think I can. Thanks, man. Yeah, hopefully I can stream more often than I usually have. This is only my second stream, but I don't know. I have fun doing it, so thanks for stopping by, man. I don't know if I can do this. Yeah. Oh, that sucks. I gotta do them one at a time, don't I? Oh, but it looks so much better. So either I just do them all singly, or I just replace them. Oh, that's obnoxious. Oh, it looks so much better in the squares. Yeah. Oh, God. Okay. I'm just gonna replace them real quick. I wish there was a shortcut for that. I wonder if you can make your own... I wonder if you can make your own hotkeys for this. I don't... Because that'd be so nice. There's a handful of things that I use that don't have hotkeys at all. I wonder if I can change that in the preferences. Because that would save me so much time of going up into the menus. But, no, this... I'll just do this row and I'll just copy and paste and then flip it around because I know this is definitely not the most fun thing to watch. Neither is it at all entertaining to go through and select each one of these. But almost done. And cylinder. Okay. Now I can... Oh, it looks so much better than the squares. I can blow all these out, and then I can just take these rods. Let me mix up these textures real quick. Or are they literally so similar that I'm not even going to be able to tell? Yeah, that's definitely the case. I'll use a volume decal to mess those up a little bit. Or I'll just change the texture, actually. So, let's see if we can rotate these. And then we'll just extend them. Oh yeah, I've watched a handful of streams, man. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Dishore. But I watch a lot of streams of people doing stuff similar to this, and anytime that I've watched somebody, usually what happens is that it's just them doing the mapping and not them explaining a lot. I did one other stream, I don't know, that was about a week ago, and usually I kind of broke down everything that I went through and I was doing. That was exhausting for doing it for an hour and a half to 2 hours, but so I won't do it like every single time I do something, but hopefully every time that I like do something or change something, I'll kind of explain what my thought process was on that. Because I know every time I would watch other people's streams to get information about it, and I would sit and like replay a video and be like, how did he do that? And I would never be able to figure it out. So hopefully mine can be a little bit different in that way. So, so I know I'm gonna have a domed roof because I'm gonna have a whole bunch of cables up there. So the roof isn't gonna matter that much. And I gotta make sure I have enough space in between here and the cables that my electric effects have enough space to fall down and have a light shining through it. So I'm gonna worry about that later now that I got that finished. I'm gonna go around and change up the walls. I was gonna add the trim, but I know I'm gonna change the texture or change the depth on the walls because I hate keeping flat walls. So I'm gonna go in and add a little bit of detail to the walls. I already like the shape. I think the shape as being a square is gonna be fine. I know I'm gonna have an archway right here. Because I had that up here in the Juggernog store. Because I could have kept this wall, I could have kept this wall flat right here and just put the Juggernog machine right here. But just adding this little caved out section just kind of gives it its own little place to sit, almost. And obviously you can't go back there, so I filled it with debris. But I think that works well. I think I'll copy that type of idea and put it here with the electric cherry. I might not keep it exactly the same. I'm gonna see if I can cut maybe 2 and then have some weird third one in the middle that's not the same as these other 2. We'll see how that goes. I'll do that first, actually. So I'm gonna keep a handful of these. I'm gonna do one, copy it to the other side, and then I'm gonna do another one in the middle. New from Twitter. I really like the screenshots on this map. Happy you're streaming now. Thanks, man. Yeah, I hadn't shown anything for a while. I've been working on it for, like I said, like almost 2 years. I'd seen so many people make really good maps before, and then a handful of them that weren't as, you know, crazy as the other ones. But anytime somebody like would start a map and then consistently put out updates on it, I felt like it lost its flavor a little bit along the way. Like, I got tired of seeing updates of not finished material, and then it kind of just, the idea of the map just died down in my eyes. So, I don't know. It kind of got me less excited the more I saw it, which is kind of weird to say because usually it should be a constant, every time like you'd update something, that it'd be like, oh, look what I did here. But if I'd been doing that for 2 years, like I'd started the map and posted a picture of my first room that I made, and then I was like, here's my idea. And then people saw updates for like a year and a half. I feel like nobody would get excited about it until literally the time it came to post and finish the map. So, I don't know. Hopefully I started posting about it at the right time. I felt like I had, you know, enough content out here to actually, you know, show off what I've been doing for so long. But, yeah, that's cool. Thanks for subscribe, man. Appreciate it. So, I'm gonna create 2 archways here. Maybe that, oh, so many ideas. I'm gonna have like 2 tunnels going back down, obviously, that you can't go back in, and then one kind of main one that would go back and around. usually when I'm mapping, I plan and I lay out the kind of the area before, just like a brief in my head, not usually on paper, but as I'm building, that the template that I had made before always changes. So usually I don't stick to my original ideas that often, because I just get too excited about different things that I could be doing. That's kind of why I've been doing this project for so long, because it was originally supposed to be just some really small, nothing too huge. It actually started as a side project while I was working on another map, and then I just kept adding to it. And then pretty much my other two projects just became obsolete at that point, because I knew what I was making was going to be actually pretty good. So I just stuck with this one and kind of gave up on the other ones. Even though the other ones were pretty cool, this one had better design. I had actually sat down and thought about what was going to be in the map and what the idea and the plan was. So I kind of had a structure from the beginning, rather than just going into the tools and be like, I'm going to make my first real map, and I'm just going to go and build as I think. Granted, though, that was really important for me to actually get to the mapping point that I was at. But, yeah. Alright, so I'm going to have these two little smaller tunnels on the side that you can see through it. Think of it like it's like a sewer system almost. And you'll be able to see like down the pipe, and there'll be like water running down it, just to kind of add some more depth to walls. That's something I always try to do, or something I think I posted about it a while ago on my Twitter, that if a wall has a lot of depth to it, even though the player really doesn't look at it that much, as they're running past it, it makes them feel more immersed in the environment, because they know there's something else back there, but they don't necessarily pay attention to it. So I could have left this as a flat, plain wall, and just kind of put details on top of it, and I mean, that would have been cool. That's appropriate in some areas, but not all of them. So anywhere that I can get away with doing something like this, I always try to do that. I don't know if those are even or not. One more notch over. I think I might be off a notch. There we go. Did I copy this back piece? Yeah. Plus, hopefully I can have I plan to do more streams just on this map. But I know that when I was learning how to use the tools, I pretty much taught myself how to use it when they first came out. And I had lots of nights where I was just kind of fiddling around with the tools and seeing what certain things did. And usually people would post tutorial videos on YouTube about how you can do certain things. And I would watch those, and usually my methods were kind of different from what other people did. And I found some surprising results with the things that I learned by myself, rather than actually using the instructions that came with the tools. So I'm probably going to be making a handful of like tutorial videos just based on design. Not necessarily that it has to do with the Radiant tools, but just as level design in general. But using, obviously, the Radiant interface as the main tool I'd be using. This is totally not aligned. I have this really bad habit of eyeballing things instead of actually putting in a value, and it never turns out to be exact. I know that's not right. There's such an easy way to fix this, as I literally could copy and paste this over to there. But I think the machine's not aligned. Why does that not look right? Something I do to check if your boxes don't line up on your grid at all, I usually draw something to one side and have it line up, and then I copy and paste it. I copy and paste it to the other side and see if it lines up in the same way, and if it does, that means it's perfectly lined up. And yeah, that looks just fine. Okay, so those walls are a little too skinny. I have to adjust this up here. I had some people ask me the other time, or I don't know when it was, working without, where's that texture? So, working without caulk texture, does that not show up? That's weird. Huh. Interesting. Oh, it's because I'm in game view. Duh. So, working without caulk texture is like the worst thing I could do possible, because I never used to do that. So all these textures that are in between, like this wall texture has a texture there, and that will still render and build in the game. So I'm gonna have to go back through a handful of areas and literally delete a whole bunch of stuff that you recently. I don't know what your background is. Do you work with things like this professionally? Oh no, dude, it's fine. I'm here to answer any questions anybody has. So I have worked. I just graduated from college with a degree in game design. I've worked professionally at a company called Pixel Press here in St. Louis, Missouri. But that's all pixel art work. So I've had like professional experience in the gaming industry, just not with 3D. This was all just a personal project that I pretty much just taught myself how to do, with obviously my background in 3D with schooling and stuff like that. But besides school, with 3D, everything else I just kind of taught myself. I went out and bought all the programs that I needed to actually make game-ready content, which was obnoxiously stupid, and took me a long time to save money for that, but it was worth, getting all that stuff so I could actually work on this stuff. And then pretty much all I did was just watch YouTube videos and tutorials, and that's kind of how I taught myself how to map. Nobody really sat down and helped me do it. It's just, I don't know if anybody who's watching does maps also or does 3D design, but when I was a kid, or when I was in high school, I would always take out graph paper and draw my zombie maps on graph paper, and I would like plan all these maps out, and I was gonna have all this stuff, and it was so much fun to do that. And as soon as I was too young at the time when the tools were out for World at War, I was too inexperienced that just the idea of using those tools scared me, so I didn't really pick it up. But after the tools came out for Black Ops 3, I was like, okay, I have to do this. Like, this is what I've been drawing my entire life. So pretty much I just sat down and just worked on my maps every day. That's what I've been doing. Alright, so this one's gonna be like the... I don't know. That looks like it goes too far back. I don't know if I liked it or not. I know I want this sunken into the room just a little bit, but not too much. I want it sticking out a little bit so people can actually buy it. That looks too far. That's a little better. Yeah, that's good. Make sure that texture is not the same. Oh, it's a little bit off. Okay. That should look fine. I'll have like... Oh, yeah, we'll have some like lightning FX in there. Put like a radiation thing with some steam coming up. Oh, that would be so cool. Literally while I'm mapping, I just get excited about more stuff that I'm going to be doing. I see one area as I'm building and I'm like, oh, that would be so much better than what I'm already doing. I'll delete half the stuff that I made and then redo it with my new idea. It's such a bad habit, but I like remaster my own map as I'm building it. One, because I've been working on it for so long, that areas I've worked on like a year and a half ago, I'll go see and I'm like, I built that totally not how I should have. And I'll like take it apart and rebuild it better. It's... At one of these points, I'm just going to have to tell myself that I'm going to stop working on a certain area, because it's never going to get done. Alright, so I got to make them... I got to make these patches for the tunnels. Hold on a second. So I'm gonna have these like pathways like rolling down. Hopefully I can get some like... I have a pretty good idea of what I'm gonna do with that. There's a falling, like there's like a waterfall texture or FX that plays really well. I've used it a lot. So hopefully that can... Why is this not lined up with this? Oh. I'll line that up. With that. Okay. Just make sure that's the same. That's definitely not going to be the same texture because it's going to be like a sewer spout thing. If you ever played like Skate 3 and went down that like sewer way, whatever that was, the pipelines, it's exactly what I was like, the ground portion of that. Let's see if I can create a terrain patch. Perfect. Can't see anything. So I want these going down enough that the player can't see the bottom of it, so it looks like it goes on forever. I have to have a lot of things here. Pull that down even more. There's nothing below that, is there? No. Just have to make sure there's a cutoff for the player site. Oh, that'll definitely be fine. Alright, that works. And now, I'm gonna add, oh Jesus. Add a couple of these. Oh my goodness. So we're gonna have like a little bit of a dip right here. That's where the water naturally will actually flow down it, even though it doesn't actually flow, but for it to make sense. I'll just put that guy right there. Yep, that looks fine. Texture doesn't matter that it's warped because nobody's gonna see it. Then we're gonna have to make one just for the top. No, I wonder. Haha, that is a patch thing. Sweet. Let's see if I can pull this down. I should be able to. Is that music thing in? Oh, no. Alright. And if this bends with that, that'll work out perfect. Hey JoJo, how's it going? It's literally my second stream ever. I thought I might start doing this. Something I thought I'd enjoy. I don't even know if this is gonna work. And since it's out of the map, nobody's gonna be able to like get up alongside it to see if it makes sense. That should work. Nobody's gonna... I mean, there always is that one guy that sits down, which is me, in every map that I play and go, oh, that's not right. I always get down at like the very edge of like where somebody should put a model down and see if it's floating. And I always think it's funny because I always find those a lot. I have like that stuff all over my map anyway, so I can't talk about that, but I just think it's funny. Like I'll go up to like the very edge and like look and see if they got their seams perfectly aligned. It's just being a 3D student in the past. It's literally, my professor has poisoned me with that mindset. What am I looking for? Natural. There we go. That should work just fine. Now I just need some walls here. Is that actually connecting to that? This needs to be pulled over. There we go. Here's something you know that exists in real life, but it is really, really hard to do or possible when reading, for example, architectural stuff. Do you have something you know that exists in real life but is really, really hard to do or impossible in Radiant? So, like, if you would see something in, like, the real world and you try to replicate it in Radiant, is that what you're talking about? Like, you try to build it a one-for-one just with the tools? That should be fine. That's gonna be a pain to line up texture-wise now. I'm actually not gonna line that tile texture up, because yeah, I knew it was gonna be a pain in the ass. It's not gonna. I'm gonna put a seam down the side, so I literally don't have to even worry about it. And probably won't have the same texture here as up there. So I'll do like a square cylinder primitive all the way down this and have like a bevel and then change this texture. There's no way I'd actually spend the time to line that up. It'd look cool, but I mean, I could probably just pull this down, honestly, and that would work with the texture, but I don't know. But to answer your question, oh man, replicating something? So if I see, usually what I do for practice sometimes, when I'm not making this map, is I take pictures of things in my everyday life that I see that I think look interesting, or at least that aren't like square structures that are going to be, you know, that I know I can make in seconds. But yeah, I take pictures of things that look challenging to remake in 3D, and nothing's ever really impossible to replicate in Radiant and 3D. I mean, I know there's some stuff that's, you know, a pain in the ass to take care of, but usually if it comes down to it and it's too complicated to do in Radiant, patchwork, I mean, I wouldn't, if something's really complicated, I wouldn't do it in patchwork. I would model it in ZBrush, probably. Maya and ZBrush, because that's easier vertice control. And then incorporate those models with the patchwork for the building in Radiant to kind of get the effect I was looking for. She wanted would be to duplicate the top arch, cut it down the middle, then align the sides on the top. Oh yeah, could do that pretty easily. I'll probably try that. I'll probably do that over here on this one, and then just see which one I like more. Because I had this idea of these bevels coming down, so if I can avoid that, that would be great. But otherwise, yeah, I might try that. Square. So let's see if we can get this to work. Yeah, man. If you have any other questions about Radiant or anything, I've used it. How many hours have I put into this? I think I just hit 2,000 the other day. Yeah. About 2,221. This is obnoxious. That just explains that I literally don't go to sleep and all I do is map. Or at least until I start back up at my job. Then that time will go significantly down. But yeah, any questions that you have with that, man? Fire away. I've probably have some form of an answer for you. Used it so much. Oh, I lined that up at the wrong place. I think Zeroy just put in the Discord that he hit like 4,000 something hours. That's crazy. It's literally double the time I've been in here, plus more. But, you know, it's my hobby and hopefully my job one day, so I'm glad that I enjoy it as much as I do. Alright, so I want to trim texture for this because that looks weird. I always keep saying that this blue tile texture looks off, but I feel like I like it more and more that I look at it. I'm definitely going to get rid of these. That's just gross. I don't know if brick would look well right there. Actually, that doesn't look too bad. I know I'm going to need a bevel right here for the creases. I'm going to have to adjust that. Shit. Alright. I might have to stretch this one. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to use that right there. I mean, unless people aren't even going to be able to... See, you stand, like, what, this high? So player's head's going to be right here. If they get up to here, they look down. Oh, okay. Probably have like 50 hours in Radiant. I can't even run it on my PC right now. Yeah, if I didn't have my computer, I would not be working on this right now. fortunately, my dad is very invested in what I do. So after I graduated, or no, after I think it was after I graduated high school, he built a computer with me, and that was awesome because then I was able to run stuff like this and actually do stuff with my major. So yeah, man, if you enjoy the tools, save up for a computer that can run it. You don't need to spend your life savings on one to actually get one to run it, but if you get a computer to run it, dude, if you enjoy it, it will become your life. But do the top. Yeah, the thing though is that this is a terrain patch, so I mean, I guess I could go through and I guess I could just change it to this, but I don't know, because it's not the same. This would have to be thicker in order to cover it, otherwise it would dip down at some points. Unless I could just bring it up. I mean, it looks fine as it is, because no player is going to be able to see past that. I might bring these vertices down, actually. That might solve the problem. There we go. Might add like 1 or 2 more in here. Ah. But I remember back when I was making that perk machine in Maya, and I got so lazy and annoyed that I had to go through the process of doing texture and substance painter with it all. So this perk machine is literally just made out of terrain patches. That, like, this is a curved terrain patch on 4 sides. Like, pretty much everything's a patch and a brush, and then I mixed it with some of the models that were in here. I like did no Maya here. I just built that solely out of what was in the engine, because I literally got lazy while making the perk machine. I didn't want to finish it one day, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna make it in the engine. Alright, now I want to trim around, and it looks fine. I'm gonna put a light in there so I can see what I'm doing in real time. Probably put it at the bottom. That would probably look the most ominous, like make it like a dark orange or something. And for some reason, I don't know why this is happening, and I don't know if anybody has any answers for this, but the primary no shadow map on my Omni lights don't show up in real time, but for some reason when it's a spotlight, this setting displays in real time, and I have no idea why Omnis don't work anymore. They used to, like if I load up another map, they work in those. I mean, but if I turn it off, it'll still show up in the compiled version, but in my game view to see what it would look like, I can't see it until I build it, which is the strangest thing ever. Obviously that's gonna be way too bright. That's still too bright. Shit. Might change this into a spot, actually. Drop it down. Probably like right there. We'll thin this up a little. Ooh, no. Actually, I'll just keep it on Omni light. I'll probably just use a probe down here to pull the light back up here. Make it like a... Ew. Make it like a... I don't know. I don't want it to be orange, because I've used orange everywhere, but it would look good with the blue walls. But it's not that scary. It's more like a... Plus it doesn't go with the... Oh, well, duh. Make it the red of the perk machine. That should look fine. Or not. A little bit brighter. Man, I don't know how I feel about that. That's a little better. Okay. Blue it is. And then a shadow map will work when it's compiled. Unfortunately, I don't know when it doesn't work. I'll probably want to put a spotlight up here. Oh, that's not lined up, is it? Tink. Like a spot. Be like a little lamp right there. Ooh. I don't want to make it too huge. That's better. Just so you can see the water coming down. A little too bright. So my down map works over here with spotlights when I turn it off and on, but it doesn't work on my Omnis, and I have no idea why. So I have water pouring down into that. I'm gonna finally change this. This shouldn't be the same texture. Oh, why does that look weird? Is it because of this? Alright. So I want this to be more of like a spillway texture. I know there's one under concrete that I always use for this. Yep. Oh, that works so well. Yes. Looks just fine. Then we'll create some other ones with some decals. So I want some grunge. And now I'm gonna want some concrete damage. Oh, that looks gross. That's awesome. Did I grab the grunge one? Yep. So I have it mostly built up on the sides. Obviously it's a brick one, I'm not going to use that. I don't think there is one that isn't brick that has this color. No, there's not. That sucks. That's like too green. That's like a burn. Chemical? Don't look too bad. can put some more influence here in the middle, just a little bit. Right here at the start. Oh, that's nice. And then after I do all these little decals, then I do want this thing to have like a full theme of that gore stuff. So I'm gonna use a heavy amount of those gore assets that I'm making for that pack. I have a handful of them already done. I think I already posted one on Twitter. Divine Fury actually rigged one of them I had so that you can move it around, but I made this corner piece. Obviously it's right next to the light, so it's way too bright. And you can just put it up in the corner and then blend it on the wall with some textures. Here's that one I posted on Twitter the other day. There's that one that you can put around places, like a little stretch. What's great about that one is that you can also flip it and use it like that as a ground one also, so it works both ways. And I think I had one more right now, which I totally did not port over right, or export, because it's like upside down, but made like this pile, which would be really good. Really good for just plopping down some extra details. Hopefully I can get at least 20 assets in the Blood and Gore pack and then get it out as soon as I possibly can for everybody to use, because pretty much all we have to work with is either these limbs and stuff or just the chicken gut thing, and it's just not good. I couldn't find anything else. Like I literally just searched in the model search pad for blood, and then there was just blood covered boxes and stuff, and then I searched for gore and there was nothing there to be found. So it was time for something to be done. So I'm gonna do the same thing as I have there. Primitives, cylinder. I would just use the gate. Would just use the gate asset, but I've already used it in one other place here. And I feel like as soon as I see the same asset used 100 million times, it just gets old. Excuse me? Okay. That looks cool. Still a lot of lighting to be fixed though. Doesn't look right back here, but we'll fix that with a probe. But for the time being, literally just gonna copy this over just to see what the room looks like. Even though I'm not done with it, I'll have it duplicated on the other side if I'm working on like things that are going to be copied and pasted around. I'll usually go ahead and just copy it over just to kind of see what it's going to look like, get an idea. Oh, that doesn't work. I know nobody's gonna see that, but I still have to change it for myself. Make sure that these are different. These all look the same. Oh, that's better. If I do the same thing over here. So hopefully after this area is completed, what was I gonna even say? That looks good. Probably darken that up a little bit. It's a little too bright, especially down there. I don't even know if I want that light down there anymore, but let me go ahead and put a waterfall. Why did I just do that? I'm gonna get some water texture that has some stream or something that flows down. want something that's clear. So just to make sure. Pop all that up. I forget what my good flowing water textures are. It's definitely not that one. Or that. Why can't I see any of these? Oh. There we go. Obviously it's going the wrong way. But that's definitely not going the right way. 270. There we go. I guess that's okay. Really don't know how I feel about it. That's just a weird one. I thought I had other waterfall textures. Whoa! Can I change that with my natural texturing stuff? What the? That's weird. Guess I'm gonna have to go with that other one for right now until I find something else. I don't want to spend too long looking for it, otherwise the stream's literally just gonna be me looking for water textures. There we go. That looks fine. We'll fix that up later. Probably put like a bevel or something right there, actually. We'll rewind this. Where even is that? Oh, there it is. And we'll make that. I guess that's alright for right now as a placeholder. And we'll just keep it that. And yeah, I'll be fine. I want to see what happens if we get all in use. Let's see what happens if I can put some other type of texture up there. Definitely looks nice. Usually I always like to blend out to the edges. And cause usually gunk will build up naturally where there's seams. So I might put 2 layers of stuff on there. That looks kind of weird. I don't know. Did you know? What did now was at least for me more interesting than any other streams out there. Oh, well, thanks for stopping by, man. I'll try to stream more often. I don't know. I'm enjoying it. I think it's pretty fun. It's cool. Plus, also to kind of get some more ideas out there on if anybody's wondering on stuff. So, thanks for stopping by, man. Don't. Sometimes for me the worst decisions are just deciding what textures go where. I literally sit for 30 minutes trying to figure out what a good texture is for something, and I can never decide. I'll just keep that for right now. I'm gonna stop worrying about that. That's too much. Been on that for like 30 minutes. Okay. So I forgot what I was gonna do here. I was gonna have a light shine down. It was gonna be blue. It was gonna be a spotlight. And it was going to light up the machine. There we go. That's alright. I don't know if I want it up there because that looks strange. I make it round because square doesn't look right. I want it to be volumetric. I'm gonna bump the light a little bit. That's way too bright. Why is it like that? Oh, there we go. Come to think of it, that also looks obnoxiously strange, having that right there. Huh. I don't know what to do with this. Just dim it down. It still looks so weird. I don't know why. Maybe if I bring it up? I guess that looks a little better. Ah. There. Now I got the blue light in there a little bit. This is looking alright so far. I still don't like these blue walls. I don't know why. I thought they were cool. Let's just see what they look like with something else. More like a... See, that looks like a concrete. That already looks way better. Something like that, and we could put like a store stuff on it. Remember, this was originally in Mob of the Dead when it first came out, so it would make sense to make it a bright, colorful room. That's a decal. Oh. That's neat. That brick looks pretty cool. I use that outside a lot, but it doesn't really make sense in here. Or I could literally just go with the same brick texture I've been using everywhere in here. We'll just keep it for that right now. Oh, that's weird. Whoa. Oh, forgot to change this one. Alright, so I do want some... Oh, man. Okay, so this would be perfect for what I'm doing right now. Get out of here. I am currently working on another model for the gore pack, and it would work perfect going up there. I think I have it. I think I'm in the process of sculpting it right now. I'll let that load up. But yeah, I could have some like alien thing hanging from the ceiling. I don't know if that's loaded yet. I hope that doesn't crash anything or make anything slower. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. Whoa! I'm gonna start detailing the walls a little bit. Making sure the stream's still good. Are you? Oh, there we go. So I have this thing in the works. It's like this egg sack. As if it would load. So I'm working on this egg sack sculpt. And I think that once I'm done with that, I think I'll leave it above the cherry machine done. I think once this is finished, I think I'll put it up there like it's hanging from the ceiling. I think that'd be pretty cool. But I think that'd be sweet. Yeah, just hanging down. Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah. That'll be part of the blood and gore pack. So once I'm done texturing that, that'll be done and in there. That was fun to make, but I think I could put it right up there. That'd be sweet. Have some stuff hanging from it. Some effects of like some drips. That'd be cool. So I do, every time I do this, like to put some debris behind here and add the corresponding perk bottle around it kind of a multiple times as like a showpiece, kind of. So let me see if I can put some just quick debris down behind it. What's great is that this is like the same color of the bricks I'm using anyways, so that works. And I'll break some of the brick up top so that actually makes sense. I always get on people when, why is that debris there? There's nothing broken. Somebody asked me that the other day. Well, thank you, Ethan. I hope it is terrifying when it's done. Make it like, hopefully Divine Fury will rig it for me so we can have it like pulsating or something. That'd be cool. I'm gonna put some boxes behind. Oh my god, that's a huge crate. We can fill this kind of back area with some debris. I also want it to make sense too. I don't want it to look obnoxious. It's actually on the ground. Yeah, I'll use another one. It looks fine, I guess. Looks a little weird because they're right next to each other. I wonder if the other side's any different. It is not. Alright, so now I need... Actually, I'm gonna put this over here. Besides, no, it just looks too symmetrical. How big is this bookshelf? If I can pull this forward. Oh god. So if I can pull this forward and then have it lean up against the back wall. Oh, it's faced the wrong way. Jeez. That way we can get the light on that. The shelf. That looks nice. I really do want to put a candle back here. This debris looks starting to look weird now. It's too symmetrical. We'll pull this one out. That looks way better. Yeah, I want a candle back here. Hopefully that candle light will mix well with the blue that's on top. Make sure they're offset. Why does that bother me so much? I always have to have things exactly touching. That's good enough. And always a group of 3 candles. Can't go wrong with that. With them staggered just the right amount. There we go. Now all I need is our little flicker fire flames. Change the rotate point on a model with control middle mouse. Oh, really? I didn't know you could do that. Sweet. I've literally not utilized that at all. Thanks, Lane. Where's my candle? Oh, there it is. Yeah, it looks cool. I really want to put one on top of here, but I might have to model my own candle where it wraps around the edge. Unless they have one that already does that. Oh, they do. Look at that. That saves me some time. Sweet. That's perfect. Let's push that back a little bit. It's way too in the center. There we go. Can balance that pretty well. Unless that's too much in the back. I'm gonna put one more right up here to the front. That's good. Alright. We delete this. I wonder what that looks like. After I get the lighting built in, I might change that top one. I don't know why that looks so just wrong. It just does. It's weird. We get a might be too bright. Why the hell does that light keep dropping down? What? Oh, that's weird. Oh. Why is it not? That's the weirdest thing. I've never seen FX do that. Huh. Why does the light keep staying over where it originally was? It's about the strangest thing I've ever seen. Huh. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I do think this is so plain. I don't know why it looks so wrong to me. That looks like a million times better. Oh my god. Why is that weird? Sweet. I like that 10 times more. Awesome. I do want a bevel or a trim around this. I also want something else on here. I don't know what yet. Some like could probably fix it with... I'll just use this. I don't think dirt would be up there. That doesn't make a lot of sense. I'll put it down like here. Oh no, that's touching the candles. Can't have that. There we go. That's pretty neat. Have that like built up a little bit. Maybe put another one up top here. Shrink it down a little bit. Reapply the texture. Put it like right there. There you go. It's a little better. I really just want to cap this off, or maybe maybe we could put more of those gates up here. Or is that gonna be too much? I'm already starting to not like that texture on there. But let's go ahead and just work on the trim right now. I'll hide those. Just put that up there. Bring it down to, oh. All right. I'm gonna go with my usual trim brush that I use. It's a weird line. Just use a square cylinder, and then after it's compiled, it'll look right in the game. Does it look right? Yeah. Whoa, why does that look way better? Actually, I should just drag the texture to where it's even right here. Looks pretty good. Now what I really want to do is start breaking this wall. Actually, I had a wall that I had before that I really liked. I'm gonna go grab that real quick, actually. I had made this couple of textures on a wall way over here. Why did my FX always stop playing when I do that? Cut each square until you have cut each square until you have 4 faces? Oh, I know what you mean. Okay. Oh, thanks, CT. Oh. There's every time I come out here to like this huge open view, it just reminds me how much time I still have left to actually work on this. I created this wall in here, and I really like the textures on here, so I'm going to take that into the other place. Yeah, I know what you mean now. Save all of those. Yeah, here's that little, oh my gosh. Here's that little robot area I was working on a while ago. It's getting there. There's still a lot left to be done. But a little bit of Garad Crovy, I took a huge inspiration from that because I loved being able to walk through the robot's hand. I thought that was sweet. So you can do that in here. Obviously, I'm not going to have this light here, but it takes you into this volcano area, which still needs to be lit because you can't see anything in there. I'm totally getting sidetracked, but I'll make our way back over here. I like how this is turning out so far. I don't think it's too bad. Not bad for a first pass. And what happened to my prefab browser? Oh jeez. Where did I put that? What? Did it take something out? Oh. It was already open. That's weird. Didn't see it was open. Wait, where'd it go? Oh, unless it's like right in front of me, then it looks so dumb. Oh, it was on my other screen. What do I call that? Forge? Yeah, Joe, like, everything you're telling me right now that I didn't know would be awesome for tutorial videos. Because having those visual representations are so great. Like, I know you said that that Reflection Pro video was out of date, but I remember I found it and I was like, oh, maybe there's something I didn't know. And it was literally everything I didn't know about Reflection Pros. I was like, this is so great. What did I call? Oh, there it is. Where did it go? There you are. Yes, that looks nice here. Makes sense. What's up? Did not know you were in stream. How's it going? What is that? Oh, it's a patch or a volume patch. Oh. Alright, now I can steal from my own work. Very nice. Actually, I usually don't do this because I haven't finished my walls yet. So usually this would be a big no-no for me because I always like to cut into my walls and then change it up. So this might be a bad idea, but I just want to see what this looks like. Hello? Yep, that's cool. I like that. That brick is still too big though. It's a little better. You looked pretty good there. Ah! Still playing music? Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna literally throw this on the other wall just because right now. I know I'm gonna change it. I always do. But hopefully I can get a good idea of what the whole thing's gonna look like in the end. I'll put like a seam up around the walls. That looks so much better than the tile. That means I gotta get rid of this tile. It looks gross with that. I don't want to use the same floor that I did out there. That's just gonna be stupid. What did I use for the floor over here? Oh. I just used brick over there. Yeah, I knew that was gonna look weird. Maybe just concrete something. I don't know. That doesn't look too bad, but it's so freaking reflective. I could fix. Oh, I guess since there's water in here, that makes sense. I guess we could put a lot of water. This is bothering me so much. That looks so weird. That looks even worse. Oh my god. That doesn't make sense at all. But I'm gonna leave it there because it looks better than what it was. Oh yeah, I watched right back when I watched, or when I started using the tools. You know, I literally just spam watched Jaybird's intro tutorials like a million times, and that was the only thing that could actually get me to actually open a map. Thank you, Leaf Spawn. Oh. Yeah, hopefully I can do more streams like this. I have so many other things that I have to work on with this, and I'd love to actually work on them on stream. I don't know, I think it's fun. Get rid of this gross blue walls. And grab concrete. I know I want some type of destroyed concrete hole in here, because the floor is too simple for my tastes. I think I called it broken. Yeah. This mesh is way too high poly from what I made it in ZBrush. Like, that's just obnoxiously huge amount of tries. So I'm gonna go back in and redo it and lower the, like, re-topologize it and lower the poly count, because that's just insane. But just to get an idea, I can go back in and literally just replace the model after I remake it, so I'm not too worried about just putting this one down and seeing what it will look like building it. Pretty sure these are our tile. Oh, really? Tile models? That'd be sweet. What's going on, Leaf? You spawn? Yeah, that would be pretty cool to have that blue tile. Have some broken stuff. I do really want some kind of eroded hole here, though. I think that would look cool. And then have something here, have something in this upper right corner to balance it out, and then maybe have something on this wall to make like a triangle. That'd be cool. So you have your main focus and then your sub focuses that help bring the room together. What does this look like with that wall texture? Should look fine. Especially with that brick. That might look well. Good. Currently my music stuff stopped. That floor's gonna be weird. Now I gotta... Well, I guess I kept those there. Oh, it's because it's a curved patch. Okay, you can go back to what you were. There you go. Yeah, I'll put a border there. Might actually look really good there. Yep, that looks cool. Yeah, that's funny. Ethan, I purposely turned the volume of that video down because I had no idea what you were gonna send me. Yes? No. I'm still streaming. Probably work more on this wall. I'm gonna put these textures on this back face too. That'd yeah, I'm gonna do that. Literally, this is gonna be the most inefficient way to do it. But it's just to make it so I can see what it'll look like. Just to get an idea. Oh, don't want to do that. Put that at natural, go back to the brick. Put that at 1.5. It's okay. I knew it was gonna be funny. I think I'll just cut this actually. Get rid of this one. This is a general idea of what that looks like. That looks pretty cool. Alright. And going back through and adding those corner pieces is going to be, oh, not so fun. But I could cheat on those corner pieces. Literally just put a volume decal on there. And I'll have to go back through and change because it's literally the same exact texture on all three sides right now. I have to go back through and change the influence on certain places because that looks so weird. That looks good. Cheats, hacks for days. Nobody will ever know that there's no texture right there. Even though it's just dirt, it shouldn't even be there. It looks fine. Now I don't have to actually cut triangle pieces for that, which is really nice. A lot of the stuff you can do with that is literally just working your way around the long way of doing stuff. If there's an easier way to do it and it looks just fine, and it actually costs less geometry, then why not do it? That should look fine. I do want a seam around the top. That should be pretty easy to make. Paint the volume decal across the entire thing on that point. That's true, yeah, I could do that. Yeah. I usually think of those things like 10 days after I've done it though. And I'll go back and I'll fix it. And then I'll think of an even better way to do it. And then I'll go back another 10 days later. And then viciously just keeps coming back around. So I think I've been working on this map for so freaking long. During one of the streams, I'll have to pull up my other two maps that I actually started before this one. I posted a screenshot of one of them on Twitter the other day ago, because that first one was actually almost done, but I built it so wrong because I had no idea what I was doing. With the tools, I didn't know what the best way to build stuff was, or what the right way would be better to say. So everything in there is so obnoxiously wrong. And then if I were to finish it and actually make it playable and fun, I'd have to go through and like redo the entire map. Even though it looks cool and I like the underground style. That looks fine. I'll just have to go through and change these textures. Perfect. It's a little molding at the top. I actually like that better with the brick up there. That looks neat. I think I can cheat my way to select all these. There we go. Because I hate that texture now. I hate that it repeats over and over again. Still have one over there? No. I need a better metal texture for that. This isn't gonna look right, but I just want to see what it looks like. It looks so wrong. I mean, it looks cool, but it's concrete. Nope. Concrete would never do that. Actually, I wonder if there's like metal trim options. That looks too spongy, if that's the right word. You know, half of it's probably this light that I have here to work. I bet it wouldn't look too bad with actual lighting. That's just weird. That's not too bad, actually. Is that wood? I typed in metal trim. Why does that look like wood? Oh, that's weird. Oh, they're like... Oh, it's like rivet trim stuff. That's strange. I don't like that. Oh, I had what was all in use. Man, there's so much crap. So much stuff that doesn't work. That's actually not too bad. I might keep that. I'll put a volume decal up here. Not a reflection probe yet. Lighting comes later. See if we can just disperse this texture without having to create blends on each one of them, because that'd be, that sounds like a nightmare. And I know they're not going to hit the sides of them. I gotta choose something that's not going to... I wonder if rust would probably look well. Or not. It's got that weird lighting crap on it. Looks so weird. I guess that doesn't look terrible if it's not fully on it. Like, that's fine. Oh, that's good. Okay. I have one like right down here. Let me make it darker. I'll put like another one. Rotate it once. Hopefully since there's going to be light coming from up top, actually I'm going to go ahead and put that in so I know what the heck's everything's going to look like from up here. And make sure it's got to be in the middle. Like how this is just one prefab I'm working on. I'm just going to make it a spot. Oh, this is going to look sweet. It's going to create that cool effect on the floor. I love that. I don't know why. Anytime I can get a light through a gate, it looks so cool. Could just paint the volume decal across the entire thing at that point. Joe, I know I'm going to sound stupid when I say this because I know it's a tool and I don't think I've used it before. But when you say paint, what do you mean by that? Because I feel like I've seen that feature, but I couldn't get it to work at one point. Yes, that's cool. Oh, that's awesome. I'm gonna adjust how freaking bright it is because it's almost weird. It's cool looking, but it's a little too extreme. I'm gonna change the shadow, the penumbra. I think I could do that in here. Maybe. Maybe I shouldn't have it hit the floor as much. Yeah, advanced patch editing. I tried that one time. I don't know why it didn't work. Because I've seen the tool, I've seen it work before. And I remember having like a huge amount of issues with it when I tried it. I'll have to try it again if that makes my life like 10 times easier, which I'm pretty sure it will. That's a lot better. And then we'll add some wall lights. And obviously we gotta have a ceiling so we don't, and then our reflection probe so we don't have this exterior lighting literally throwing me completely off. I also want to add more of this type of stuff here on the walls. So I take my trim, I'm gonna bring it down. I'm gonna extend it. Use the advanced patch editor. Oh, okay. I'll probably mess with that off stream tonight and see what I can come up with. I know I tried it once, but I think I just gave up on it too fast because it just didn't work the way I thought it would. I might have to go back and revisit it. I want this. I want like a tray almost and house a light back here. I know nobody's gonna see this texture, but I'm still gonna try it. Oh, wait, it's streaming here 2.5 hours already? Alright. I know nobody's gonna see it because it's too high up, so I don't have to do anything with it. But I do want a light that shines up, and I might have to bring it down. I have the same light right here. What sucks is that oh man. Should look fine. I just gotta adjust the bulb length to like 200 or something. Almost. Maybe like 260. Where's my music? Thanks, Ethan. See ya. Thanks for stopping by. That looks pretty cool. There we go. That's what I wanted. And then I see, like in here, it shows this light bleeding through, but on the engine, it won't actually be there because I have the shadow map turned off. So that'll add some cool lining to the room. That'd be sweet. Is that? Oh. Where's my lights? There. Sure that's lined up, which is not. Huh. There we go. Now we just need to bring it all the way to the other side. It's good, because then I want to have to cut any... I missed that bottom part, didn't I? Damn it. It's alright. That way I won't have to ruin any of the texture patches, and I could probably cover up enough texture patches on this side to make it not recognizable that I just duplicated it. Should be fine. Yep, and that light bleeding won't be there in game because of that. It makes me so mad. I don't know why that doesn't work. I do like that light coming down. I might want to... Oh, man. I have a skylight type thing. Let's see where this is. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to have anything above that. Could have a skylight right there. That would look nice. Because I'm not having anything cut over here. This is where it's walled off. A zombie spawn's going to come from right here. Okay, okay. I can do that. That works. I just need to add a couple more lights in here because it's not bright enough. I know I can add a reflection probe and then throw the light around, but I'm not going to even attempt to build that right now because I know if I do, at some point it'll break. Oh, this is off. I thought this looked too bright. This needs to come over one. Still looks too bright. That's directly on the wall. Oh, that's duh. Damn. Let's go over here to fix that. Should be an easy thing. Yeah, there we go. I knew that light looked too close to that wall. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I might up the... After I put the skylight walls in up here, that would look really nice coming down. Some foggish stuff. That would look sweet. I might up the volumetric power on that. That would look really nice. Maybe some caustics, ink, cookies. That'd be sweet. Yeah. So I got the wall lights, now I just need actual lights to light up the room. Did I do anything interesting over here? Or is it just... Yeah, it's just the neon. Well, let me just go ahead and put my light back in so I can still work. I haven't decided fully what I want to do with that yet. I'll probably work off screen on the overall lighting so I can work with my reflection probe, because I know that makes a huge difference. So that'll probably be later. I don't want to have to deal with building lighting anything on stream with probes, because it'll literally crash the stream. It requires so much CPU power. Alright, at least I can see now. This is starting to look pretty cool. So players will come in through here. What's it gonna look like when they exit it? So they'll come in through here and they'll take a left and it'll be right there. And then they can come out. Okay. It's not big enough to have a zombie spawn in it, I don't think. I do like the idea that you can, like, kind of like the Shi No Numa map, you can, like, take hold up in a perk store or a perk shack. I always liked, that's all I would do with my friends when Shi No Numa was just camp in one of the perk machine shacks and just hold out as long as we could. I'll probably put an electrical trap right here just because it's electric cherry. Just for whatever. That's throwing me off right now. I'm gonna add some trim. Some of that trim down here. I don't know what the heck he's doing. Playing and unplaying a game. I was like to add these trims. I think the trim actually tops the room off. Because anytime a wall meets a floor, I think it looks so gross when it's just nothing. It's just two completely different textures that have nothing to do with each other that meet, and then you're supposed to just assume that that's what it was supposed to be. I know this is probably not going to look great, but I'm just going to see. Yep, that doesn't look right at all. It looks neat, but it doesn't make sense. I mean, half this map doesn't make sense, but in the things that it should make sense in, like trim on walls and stuff, I would like to keep it that way. Let's see if I can add one of these in here. I have no idea if this is going to work or not. Oh, we'll see. Oh, you do not touch the ground. It's because you're upside down. I should have made that an exact width when I modeled it, but I didn't. Did not think about that. Of course, I only have to line it up because it's upside down, and I should have done that after I resized it, because now it's going to go through the floor. Yep. Oh, wonderful. I'm just going to have it regular for right now. I think this would look cool leading up to the door. I would just need to have probably that egg sack model that I'm making to blend it. Probably to make that a little bit bigger. Or maybe too big. That looks cool. with the ceiling over there. Make sure it's not running out with this pillar. Also don't want it to stick out too much because I feel like the player would hit their head on it. Or they'd try to. So it's meshed in with the wall right there. Let's get that guy out of there. That's cool. It looks creepy enough. That way people see it when they walk in here. And it kind of leads them in the room a little bit, even though it's only one way to go. Just helps build that. Like if you see this outside, when the map starts, I guess I'll kind of explain a little bit how this works. When the map starts, the O'Neill Pavilion thing is going to be walled off right here. Like there'll be doors, and you can't access it until you turn the power on. And so each one of these perk stores things will have a gate that needs to be opened somewhere around the map. So each store has their own switch around the map that you need to pull, and then the store gate will open. So I think it'd be cool that if people like went in here and saw this stuff, and they saw like that kind of bleeding into the next room with stuff, I think they'd be like, oh, what's in there? And they're like, oh, it's exactly what I thought it was. It was the electric chair machine. Oh man. See if we can't blend this into the corner. I knew that was going to be too big. Looks fine. Doesn't look perfect. Literally nobody's gonna even pay attention to that, I don't think. Yeah, it looks cool. I'll just keep that up for it. Oh, it's not even touching the floor. Duh. No, I'll stop messing with that for right now. That looks neat. I like that. That's cool. I'll probably have another thing. I'm gonna make one of the other assets I was going to make are just tiny little strands. So this is like the thick chunk strand, but like a bunch of these littler ones that you can literally string anywhere. So I can have one like right there. That'd be sweet. Go ahead and start like working on this a little bit. And then I can just cut away as I need if I want to make that hole in the floor. I'm gonna see what the blood texture looks like, because that always works well with these reflective floors. So this is the one I made that's going to be in the pack. Oh god, it looks cool. Just filled. So if you don't want to mess around with the chunk model, you can literally make your own piles with the material, because it's the exact same thing that I made. So hopefully that will be awesome for people to use. I can't wait to see. I had this whole idea of just making an entire gore level, kind of like Doom. And this would be like the ground. It looks nice. It turned out way better than I thought it would. And it's all thanks to some of the people on Substance. That Substance Share website is awesome because people just put all kinds of stuff up there. See if I can get this blood texture to bleed out. Going to use Helen. Yeah, I'm gonna have in the pack. I'm literally just gonna make it so that nobody has to. Because usually when I would get stuff and I would take the material off the model and I would make it into a texture. So I'm gonna have a multitude of like materials in there that can be blended and used as base materials. So I have two instances of this one. So this one can be blended, and there's also a different material that's the same material that can also be used as a base one. So I usually do that. I might change the blend. I don't know if I like this one more, or because usually I use this one and then I layer a blood puddles under it to kind of get that effect, to kind of smooth it out a little bit. So blood puddles is already in the editor. You can just layer those two at will. I think that would look cool. I know. I can't wait to get those out and see what people make with them. I think that'd be sweet. So you can blend that everywhere. I think those look nice. It goes well with the environment. Alright. I always like to blend a whole bunch of stuff into the corners. I think that attracts to the corners well. We'll just pull that up a lot, and then we'll have it bleed out just a little bit. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that reveal texture. It's alright, but I might redo it. It's a little too concrete reveal texture. Like, it looks like it's taking chunks out of the ground instead of just laying it there. I'd probably go back and add a little bit of kind of like soften it up around the edges and blend it up a little bit. So right now it's a little too rough. Well, I'm blending and painting tomorrow. Sweet, that'd be awesome, man. I'll definitely watch it probably 100 times so I can stain it into my brain and remember it forever. That'd be sweet. I'd be excited for that, man. Oh man. Let me take the blood puddles and let me blend this in there. I want people to be able to use the texture without having to use the blood puddles underneath, because I don't know. I don't want them to have to think about that. I think it looks better with the blood puddles, but I would like to make the texture be its own usable thing, you know? Still think it looks nice, but it needs some work. Like, that's nice with the blood puddles. I think that looks good. Alright. Now I probably... having those white bricks here don't make sense anymore since I don't really have the white brick texture. I guess there's some red in there. It doesn't match the brick on the walls though, so that doesn't really make sense. I'll probably put a hole in the wall, like over here somewhere. So, if you ever get the time, I forget which extractor it is. But, you know, there's Wraith that takes assets from Call of Duty. These take assets from the... Oh, what game was it called? Wolfenstein. They have a lot of awesome debris assets. It's really cool. It looks really nice. So I'll put a hole, maybe some like broken bits and pieces of the wall, and maybe a hole. Probably right here. That's always good. I always find those rock assets to be a good use of space in the corners. I think the room looks alright so far. I think it could be better. I definitely want to put some more emphasis that this is the perk machine. Might put some lights going straight up. Or might put some neon just around that. That would look sweet. I know this is gonna look so weird. But even though I know things are gonna look so weird, sometimes I always try it because most of the time I just end up liking how it looks. That's a little too much. I might make a really thin one that follows this. I don't know. Be something cool to mess with. Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty good so far. Alright. It's been like, oh, how long has it been? 3 hours? I think I'll go ahead and end the stream here. I'm gonna see if I can start streaming on a more regular schedule, because I like doing this. Plus, I work on the map anyways every day, so I'll probably find a section of time. I don't know. I'd like to stream every day. I'll see if I can do that maybe sometimes. But for the 9 of you watching, thank you so much. I would have been happy if even a couple people watched it so far. But yeah, if you follow me on Twitter, I'll see if I can announce some more times, especially this week, that I'll be doing some more streaming. We'll finish up this cherry room, and then I still need to polish off the Widow's Wine room, because that's in the works. So, yep, cool. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I'll let you guys know if I'll be streaming again sometime soon. So, thanks.